Before you book your next flight, there are 12 things happening at airports right now that airlines are desperately hoping you never find out about. I'm talking about hidden fees that appear out of nowhere, sneaky policies that could cost you hundreds of dollars, security loopholes you can legally exploit to save massive amounts of time, and insider tricks that flight attendants and pilots use, but passengers have no clue exist. Some of these secrets could save you thousands of dollars this year. Others could save you hours of frustration and stress. And a few of them? Well, let's just say if airlines knew I was sharing this information, they would not be happy. I've spent the last month interviewing former airline employees, airport security personnel, and frequent flyers who've cracked the code on how the system really works, and what I discovered is absolutely jaw-dropping. Stick with me through all 12 of these secrets because number 9 is something 99% of travelers never realize, and it could literally upgrade your entire flying experience for free. If you've ever felt like airlines are playing games with you, you're absolutely right. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to beat them at their own game. Welcome to my channel. Let me start by saying that I love traveling, but I absolutely hate feeling like I'm being taken advantage of. And that's exactly what modern air travel has become. Airlines have figured out 1,000 different ways to squeeze extra money out of passengers while providing less service, less comfort, and more frustration. But here's the thing they don't want you to know. For every trick they use against you, there's a counter move you can make to protect yourself, save money, and actually enjoy your journey. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 12 secrets that will fundamentally change how you approach air travel in 2026. Secret number 1 is the myth of basic economy versus regular economy. Airlines have convinced millions of travelers that basic economy is a bare-bones ticket that saves you money, while regular economy gives you normal service. The truth? In most cases, the actual seat, the actual space, the actual in-flight service is identical. You're sitting in the exact same aircraft, breathing the same recycled air, eating the same mediocre snacks. The only real differences are artificial restrictions the airline created purely to make you pay more. No carry-on bag, no seat selection, boarding last. These aren't real cost differences for the airline. They cost the airline nothing to let you board earlier or pick your seat. These are psychological manipulations designed to make regular economy seem like a better deal. Here's the secret move. If you're traveling light with just a personal item, basic economy is almost always the better value. Book it, show up, and unless the flight is completely packed, you'll often get decent seats anyway because families and business travelers already selected theirs. Secret number 2 is how airline pricing actually works, and this is going to blow your mind. You probably think ticket prices are based on demand, right? More people want to fly, prices go up. Fewer people want to fly, prices go down. Wrong. Airlines use incredibly sophisticated dynamic pricing algorithms that analyze hundreds of factors, including your browsing history, your location, the device you're using, the time of day you're searching, and even whether you've searched for that specific flight before. If you've looked at the same route multiple times, the algorithm assumes you really need that flight and will jack up the price to extract maximum revenue from you. The counter move? Always search for flights in incognito or private browsing mode, clear your cookies before searching, and use a VPN to mask your location if you're searching from an expensive city. I've personally seen price differences of 30 to 40% simply by searching from a different device in incognito mode. Secret number 3 is the 24-hour rule that airlines never advertise. In most countries, including the United States, airlines are required by law to allow you to cancel any flight within 24 hours of booking for a full refund with no penalties, as long as you booked at least 7 days before departure. This means you can literally book a ticket, then keep searching for better deals. And if you find something cheaper or your plans change, cancel within 24 hours and rebook. Airlines absolutely hate this because it prevents them from locking you into their pricing, but it's your legal right. Use it strategically, especially during peak travel seasons when prices fluctuate wildly. Secret number 4 is about airport security and a trick that could save you an hour of waiting. Most people think you have to arrive at the airport 2 to 3 hours early for international flights and 90 minutes for domestic. That's what airlines tell you. But here's what they're not telling you. Most major airports have multiple security checkpoints, and some are dramatically less crowded than others. The checkpoint nearest to the airline ticket counters and main entrance is always the most packed, because that's where everyone goes. But if you walk an extra 2 or 3 minutes to the checkpoints at the far ends of the terminal, you'll often find lines that are 1/10 as long. I've personally walked past a security line with 200 people, walked 3 minutes down the terminal, and gone through security with only 5 people ahead of me at the same airport at the same time. Airlines don't publicize this because they want security to process people as quickly as possible through all checkpoints, but you can use this to your advantage. Secret number 5 involves checked baggage fees and a loophole that still works in 2026. Airlines charge anywhere from $30 to $70 per checked bag, and they've convinced people this is unavoidable. But here's the secret. If you have any co-branded airline credit card, even the ones with no annual fee or very low annual fees, you often get free checked bags for yourself and everyone on your reservation. A credit card with a $60 annual fee that gives you free checked bags saves you money after just one round trip for a family. But it gets better. Some airlines allow you to add your frequent flyer number to a reservation after booking, and if that frequent flyer number has elite status or is linked to a credit card that provides free bags, the bag fees disappear. I've seen people book basic economy tickets, add their frequent flyer number the day before the flight, and suddenly their bag fees vanish. Secret number 6 is about those overpriced airport restaurants and how to completely avoid them. Airlines and airports have a sweetheart deal where airport restaurants can charge absolutely insane prices because you're a captive audience past security. A bottle of water that costs $1 at a grocery store costs $5 at the airport. A sandwich that should be $6 costs $18. But here's what smart travelers know. You can bring your own food through security. The only liquid restriction is beverages, but solid foods are completely allowed. Pack a sandwich, pack snacks, pack a full meal if you want. Then bring an empty, reusable water bottle and fill it at a water fountain after security. You just saved $30 to $50 per trip without breaking any rules. Airlines don't advertise this because they get a cut of those absurd airport food revenues. Secret number 7 is the truth about flight delays and compensation. You're probably entitled to, but never claim. In the European Union, there are very strict rules requiring airlines to compensate passengers for delays and cancellations. We're talking up to €600 per passenger depending on the distance and delay length. In the United States, the rules are weaker, but airlines still have policies requiring them to provide meal vouchers, hotel accommodations, and rebooking on other airlines if delays are their fault. The secret? Most passengers never ask for this compensation, so airlines never offer it. They're counting on your ignorance. If your flight is significantly delayed or canceled, immediately ask what compensation you're entitled to. Don't just accept rebooking on the next available flight days later. Demand they put you on another airline if one has available seats. Demand meal vouchers if you're stuck for hours. Get what you're legally entitled to instead of suffering silently. Secret number 8 involves seat selection and a trick for getting better seats without paying upgrade fees. Airlines now charge anywhere from $15 to $100 just to select your seat in advance, particularly for exit rows, bulkhead seats, or seats toward the front of the cabin. But here's the insider trick. If you check in exactly 24 hours before your flight when online check-in opens, the seat map often shows different availability than it did during booking. People have canceled, changed flights, or moved seats, and suddenly premium seats are available for free selection. Set an alarm for exactly 24 hours before departure, check in immediately, and grab the best available seat before everyone else wakes up and does the same. Secret number 9 is about airline miles and points. And this is the big one I mentioned earlier. Airlines have devalued their loyalty programs so much that casual flyers think miles are basically worthless. You need 1,000,000 miles for a free flight, right? Wrong. The secret is that airline miles are worth far more when used for partner airlines and premium cabin bookings. That same number of miles that gets you one domestic economy ticket on the airline might get you a business class ticket to Europe on a partner airline. The value per mile can be 10 times higher if you know how to use the system. Additionally, credit card sign-up bonuses are often worth more than years of actually flying. A single credit card with a welcome bonus of 60,000 miles after spending $3,000 in 3 months could be worth over $1,000 in travel if used strategically. Airlines don't advertise this because they want you to earn miles slowly through flying, not quickly through credit cards. Secret number 10 is about overbooking and how you can profit from it. Airlines routinely sell more tickets than seats available, betting that some passengers won't show up. When everyone does show up, they need volunteers to take a later flight. Here's the secret. If you have flexibility in your schedule, always volunteer to be bumped. Airlines are required to compensate you, and if you negotiate, you can get hundreds of dollars in travel vouchers, meal vouchers, and hotel accommodation if needed, all for taking a flight a few hours later. I know travelers who deliberately book flights they know are likely to be overbooked during peak travel times, hoping to get bumped and compensated. They've effectively gotten paid to travel. Secret number 11 involves airport lounges and how you can access them even if you're flying economy. Most people think lounges are only for business class passengers or elite status members. Not true. You can buy day passes to most lounges for around $30 to $60, and if you're facing a long layover, that fee gets you unlimited food and drinks, comfortable seating, fast Wi-Fi, and quiet space, easily worth the cost versus buying overpriced airport food. But even better, many travel credit cards include lounge access as a benefit. Cards like Priority Pass give you access to over 1,000 lounges worldwide. If you travel even a few times a year, this benefit alone is worth more than the credit card annual fee. Secret number 12 is the nuclear option that airlines absolutely don't want you to know about. If an airline really screws up your travel, strands you overnight, loses your bags for days, or causes you to miss something important, you can file a complaint with aviation regulators. In the United States, that's the Department of Transportation. In Europe, it's national aviation authorities. In Australia, it's the Airline Customer Advocate. These agencies have power over airlines, and airlines hate formal complaints because they have to respond, and regulators track complaint rates. A formal complaint often results in compensation that the airline would never have offered if you just complained to customer service. I've seen cases where passengers got full refunds plus travel vouchers simply by filing a formal complaint after the airline initially refused any compensation. Now let me give you some bonus strategies that tie all these secrets together. First, always be polite but firm with airline staff. They have discretion to help you or not, and being rude guarantees they'll do the minimum. Being kind while clearly knowing your rights gets you much better results. Second, document everything. Take photos of delay boards, save all emails and booking confirmations, keep receipts for expenses incurred due to airline failures. This documentation is your evidence if you need to file complaints or seek compensation. Third, learn the specific policies of airlines you fly frequently. Every airline has a contract of carriage that spells out your rights and their obligations. 99% of passengers never read these, which means 99% of passengers don't know what they're entitled to when things go wrong. Airlines have spent decades optimizing their operations to maximize their profits, and often that comes at your expense. They've made the booking process confusing intentionally. They've added fees for things that used to be included. They've reduced service while increasing prices. But knowledge is power, and now you have knowledge that puts you on equal footing. You know how their pricing works and how to beat it. You know your rights when things go wrong. You know the tricks to save money and time. You know how to get more value from every dollar you spend on air travel. The reality is that air travel in 2026 is more complicated than ever, but it's also more hackable than ever if you know what you're doing. The difference between a frustrating, expensive travel experience and a smooth, affordable one often comes down to knowing these insider secrets and having the confidence to use them. Airlines count on passenger ignorance and passivity. They count on you accepting whatever they offer without question. They count on you not knowing your rights or the tricks that could save you money. Don't be that passive passenger. Be informed, be strategic, and be willing to advocate for yourself. I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 12 secrets surprised you the most? Have you used any of these strategies successfully? Do you have other airport or airline secrets that I didn't cover? Share your experiences because we can all learn from each other. And the more travelers who know these secrets, the less airlines can get away with their sneaky practices. If this video saved you money or taught you something valuable, share it with your friends and family who travel because they deserve to know this information too. Subscribe to stay updated because airline policies change constantly, and I'll keep you informed of new secrets, new strategies, and new ways to beat the airlines at their own game. Thank you for watching, safe travels, and remember that the best way to deal with airlines trying to nickel and dime you is to be smarter than they expect you to be. Now, get out there and fly like an insider, not like someone the airlines can take advantage of. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep refusing to overpay for air travel.